Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Quant, whose current price stands at the $123.4 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.57%. and in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And allow me to kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the Quant chart. From the all-time high, we have been seeing no prices in this massive ABC corrective structure, which took us back to around the $40.1 mark, and after seeing that low at around the $40.1 mark, we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliott structures. And jumping to the 1 hour chart so that you can see that Elliott structure, you can see I have this Elliott wave structure in blue, which is a fractal wave within that higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upper side, which made its high at around the $229 mark. And after seeing the high for that high Elliott wave count 1, whatever we expect next is a movement to the lower side in the formation of a higher Elliott wave count 2, and I believe that is what is playing out over here, and we might have seen the low for this higher Elliott wave count 2 at around the $94.4 mark, and right now we might have started that bounce to the upper side in the formation of these higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upper side. And that is the long-term scenario that I'm expecting to play out over here on the Quant chart, that we might be in the formation of these higher Elliott wave count 3 and giving you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3, assuming the low for this second wave was in at around the $94.4 mark. We can sketch the trend based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $397.8 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect Quant to do once we see that reversal to the upper side. And jumping to the 1 hour chart for the short-term scenarios that can play out and also give you the chart patterns that we have information on this chart, you can see that after making our low at around the $94.4 mark, Quant has been obeying the Elliott wave structures to the upper side, having that as the first wave to the upper side. Then we saw a wave 2, then I'm expecting a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then continue pushing higher in a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliott wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within this higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliott wave structure, after seeing our low for the second wave, we have been seeing a very nice bounce over here in the formation of this wave 3, which is an impulsive wave, and because of that we also expect to see fractal waves in formation, and I believe we are seeing such a structure right here, having this as the wave 1, then a wave 2, then I'm expecting a wave 3, a wave 4, and then a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upper side. And I can change the color of this fractal wave within this higher Elliott wave count 3 to the upper side, and giving you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 in red, using the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave. That gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $151.7 mark. So that is the minimum that I'm expecting this fractal wave to the upper side in red to do, and giving you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3, which is a fractal wave within the wave 3 to the upper side. We can use the Fibonacci's once more, connecting them from the low of the first wave down there to the high of that wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618 at around the $148.4 mark. And you can see that all these Elliott wave structures are supporting a movement to the upper side, and giving you the chart pattern that we have on this chart. We have an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and if I draw it out, we can have this as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then we have seen the head down there, then we have seen the formation of the neckline, then the right shoulder is right there. Then there are chances that very soon we might come to a complete of the formation of this right shoulder, and then see a breakout to the upper side. And this is a chart pattern that gives us a breakout to the upper side, having the target area of the breakout as the height between the neckline and the head. So using a trend line, we can get that height and then place it above the neckline, giving me a minimum target area back to around the $147.8 mark, which almost perfectly coincides with the high that I have sketched out using the trend based Fibonacci in the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 3, which is a fractal wave within that higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upper side. And those are the short term and the long term scenarios that I expect to play out here on the Quant chart. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, whether we are going to see a breakout out of this chart pattern and also continue obeying the EBOOK structures. Also taking a look at the indicators here on the 1 hour chart to see what movements will be supported. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 59 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, that is a bullish cross here on the 1 hour chart. You can see we are trying to have an increase in the buying momentum on the MACD, and that would mean higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.